Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar titled Everything Tile and Stone Covered, an inside look at Coverings 2025. I'm Jim Olson with the National Tile Contractors Association. I want to welcome you and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to attend today's webinar sponsored by Coverings. Before I introduce today's speakers, I want to remind you that during the webinar, you'll be muted. Please use the questions area on your computer to type in your questions, and we'll answer those questions at the end of this presentation. If the audio on your computer is poor, please call the number on the invite to this webinar and listen on your phone. All NTCA webinars are available to watch at any time on the NTCA YouTube channel. They're available shortly after this presentation, and they will give you easy access to watch and or share all current and past programs at your convenience. All right, I have one here. This is very exciting. I've got an all-star presenter list here this time, and pretty excited here. I'm gonna start with ladies first. All right, so we have Cecilia Lopez. She's the Senior Director of Marketing at Coverings. We've got Bart Bettiga. He is the Executive Director for the National Tile Contractors Association. And we have Matt Wellner, who is the, I keep forgetting his title, but I believe it's Training Team Manager. Am I close, Matt?
Close enough.
All right, good. Cecilia will be our main presenter today, and she's a seasoned event marketing professional with over a decade of experience in event management and marketing, with a track record of spearheading award-winning campaigns for diverse nonprofits and working on some of the most prominent trade shows in the United States. Cecilia currently serves as Senior Director of Marketing at Taffy Event Strategies, Coverings event management firm, a proud double alumna of Virginia Tech. She holds a master's degree in communications, leveraging her academic background to excel in her field. Beyond her professional endeavors, Cecilia channels her passion of marketing into supporting animal shelters, showcasing her commitment to making a positive impact beyond business. I want to welcome all three of you, and excited to see what's happening at Coverings this year.
Well, thank you for that introduction, Jim. I feel like I'm blushing a little bit. But welcome, everybody. We're so excited to talk to you today about our favorite topic, Coverings. And as Jim mentioned earlier, today it's an inside look at everything tile and stone covered by Coverings. So without further ado, I'll dive into our agenda a little bit just to give you a glimpse of what we're going to be talking about today. I know many of you on the call are familiar with Coverings, but for those of you who may be new or may need a refresher, we'll talk a little bit about what Coverings really is and what to expect. Why contractors and installers in particular should attend Coverings. We'll review some of the key show features of the event as well, and conclude with some special highlights from NTCA that you'll be seeing at Coverings. So as far as an intro to Coverings, I'll give you the quick highlights. Coverings is bringing in 1,000 exhibitors from 40 different countries this year. There will be approximately 26,000 industry professionals in attendance. As I mentioned before, I've worked on several different shows spanning very different sizes. This is one of the biggest shows in the world and really something that you have to see to believe. There will be so many opportunities for education and learning that will be available both on and off the show floor. So it's worth mentioning that there is a full and comprehensive conference that comes in addition to the Coverings show floor, and that is all included in your one registration for Coverings. Diving into what to expect on the show floor in particular, 1,000 exhibitors, like I mentioned before, but they all have products from 40 different, or there will be products from 40 different countries. Highlights include North America, of course, and a wide range of just stunning displays from Italy, Spain, Brazil, and beyond. So many countries that have their best on display. In addition to that, we will be in one large area in the Orange County Convention Center this year, which just makes a very seamless experience for exploring the covering show floor. I've included a little map of it there. I know you probably can't see every exhibitor there, but all 1,000 are there. And it may look big, it may look a little overwhelming, but again, being in one hall just makes it all such a seamless experience and so many opportunities to explore on the show floor over the 4 days of the show. You may be wondering why it is so particularly important for tile contractors to attend, and there are so many reasons why. I won't harp on it too much. As I mentioned before, there are 1,000 global exhibitors there. This makes it so easy for you to do a year's worth of business in just 4 days. There are so many different educational opportunities as well that go over not only the business of being in tile and stone, but even innovative methods for recruiting and retaining labor, taking care of yourself and prioritizing your well-being on the job, avoiding burnout and fatigue, spanning just every aspect of the job, which we know spans a lot. It's an opportunity to really reconnect with your peers that you may not always see. I think in this industry in particular, there is a really good opportunity to come together, not necessarily in competition with one another, but in the spirit of collaboration and really being able to not only address pain points and challenges in the industry, but celebrate wins and really talk about some of the innovative stuff that we're all doing. There will be opportunities for live demonstrations across each day of the event for everyone to learn new tricks of the trade and just techniques and tips for being more effective at your job. And of course, training opportunities from the NTCA, TCNA, and CTF leaders. There are so many show features at Coverings that it would take me forever to tell you in depth about all of them, but I do want to cover, pun intended, a lot of them that are most relevant, I think, to this group. And again, worth mentioning that they are all included in your one registration for Coverings. So one fee gains you access to everything here, including our 3 different covering stages, tours of the show floor, the different lounges that are available for networking and specialized programming, an artist and tile showcase, some award ceremonies and receptions, and then of course some educational opportunities and other networking events from the NTCA. I want to kick things off with talking a little bit about our covering show floor stages, in particular, focusing on the installation innovation stage. There will be daily live demos on the installation innovation stage, so attendees can really experience different techniques and installation methods for a variety of different products and new products to learn some tips and tricks for successful installation. Demos will be delivered by TCNA members. You'll hear a little bit more about this later, and NTCA staff. Again, we're going to cover a lot of this in more detail, but just want to give you the preview of what to expect here. With these demos being delivered by folks at NTCA, you know that you're learning from the best. Diving into tours a little bit, and then I'll hand things over to Jim to tell you a little bit more. Coverings does offer on-demand audio tours that you can listen to using, I believe it's our mobile app, but you can access it on your phone. You take the tour at your own pace, and again, available across the 4 days of the show. More information on these audio tours will be available on our website. But in addition to self-guided tours, there are free hour-long educational tours of the show floor that are guided by a friend we have on the call here. And they depart from the Coverings Lounge at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of the event. They are available on a first-come, first-served basis. Sign up is at the Coverings Lounge, which we'll talk to you about a little later. So make sure that you're signing up first thing when you get to Coverings. And without further ado, I will kick it over to Jim to tell us a little bit more about tours.
All right, so these are fun, right? These tours are really, it's more about introducing you to many of the presenters, many of the booths that are there, getting an idea of what products they have to offer, and giving you a chance to, just see what's available. So you can come back at a later date and time during your tours of the hall, the coverings show, and talk to them on a more personal basis. We're going to go to about a dozen booths for 5 minutes and just meet them, talk to them, and it's a lot of fun. I'll ask a lot of questions and tell some really stupid jokes as we're walking around, but most people laugh. Some people are kind of look at me like, who am I? But it'll be fun. You'll enjoy it. Something new this year. So the tours I'm talking about happen from 11 a.m. till noon. But the cool thing is we're doing a Spanish speaking tour this year. So if you have friends that speak Spanish, or if you are multilingual and you want to let people know about this, on Wednesday, April 30th from 3 to 4, Angie Weber will lead a tour that's a Spanish speaking tour, and it will be really nice. And I don't know if it's going to be good because she's going to be learning from me, but I'm sure she'll handle it well and it'll go really well. So Angie will be waiting for you at the Contractor Lounge. But please come and see us, enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and it's not just for new people either. If you want to come along and just enjoy it, it's for anyone that wants to sign up for it. And I think Cecilia said it correctly. Come to the lounge, sign up. You can come on Tuesday and sign up for Wednesday. You can come on Tuesday and sign up for Tuesday. But come and sign up for the program, show up, and we'll go and have a really good time. Thank you.
Jim, how long have you been hosting these tours? And Angie Weber, of course, is a NTCA employee who's bilingual. And one thing we do know is her Spanish will be better than yours, right? But how long have you been hosting these tours?
Baño. Oh, sorry, that's all my Spanish. I've been hosting these tours now probably for 10 years. And I'm happy to say most people are really glad they've gone on it and have enjoyed it and had a really good time. And for me, what I love about it is I make new friends every single time. And I have people throughout the whole show coming up and talking to me and thanking me for the program. But I also have new coverings attendees that will sign up for NTCA membership, and then they'll contact me all the time and talk about how they really enjoyed the first time they met me during a tour. So it's great. And you're right, Angie is bilingual. Her first language is Spanish. She'll be phenomenal. And for those of you that are bilingual or speak Spanish, please attend. It will be great.
I would like to just add, because you do a great job of this, and these tours are very popular. And Cecilia said, sign up at the lounge for this. If some of our people here have never been to coverings, I highly encourage that they sign up for this. They would. It's kind of a form of speed dating that Jim does, and he takes them around the American Pavilion to some of these companies. And what'll happen is you'll find some more information that you'd be interested in, and you can go back to that booth later and talk to people at that booth later after Jim does this. But it's also a great place to meet new people and to meet the NTCA people, and it really is a good event that Jim hosts, and he does an excellent job.
I'll also just mention, although we're only going to stop at like a dozen booths, we will actually be pointing out many booths as we're on this tour and places to come back and talk to and what products they have. I do talk about them. I do want you all to know that the Coverings Lounge is number 4200, 4200. So you'll easily be able to find it. It's very easy to find. So look forward to seeing all of you, any of you, or maybe a couple of you.
Bart, I love that you called Jim or you said that it's like speed dating for coverings. In my mind, that makes Jim the covering stupid.
The coverings what?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Oh, stupid. I am.
Yeah, Jim missed his calling, Cecilia. He should have been the host of The Bachelor. That's what he would have been. Or a game show host for sure. So people will have fun.
Oh, we'll talk about my game show abilities later.
It's coming up, right?
Jim wears many hats at coverings, as we know, and one of them actually we'll talk about right here with the highly anticipated return of the Coverings Lounge. So the Coverings Lounge, it really is an area that's a mix of work and play. There are so many areas within the lounge for networking, for taking a meeting, connecting with people that may have similar interests or businesses to you. But then there's also opportunities to learn throughout the day as well in a more relaxed format. We'll have educational sessions taking place at the Trends and Solutions stage that is housed within the Coverings Lounge. In addition to just some other sessions involving mindfulness, mental fitness that are led by Gianna Villafuco, which is really exciting. And I know I see Bart and Jim nodding. Gianna's a friend, so.
Phenomenal. She's phenomenal. I try to make it to every one of those. They're great.
Yeah,
Definitely
she's
a good break.
excellent. She's an NTCA 5-star member, but she does a lot of mindfulness training all around the Baltimore, Washington, D.C. area where she lives. When you're in a crazy day, 10-minute breaks with Jana, wonderful. Highly recommend it.
Very well attended for sure. Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely. And when you've had your mindfulness break, you can gear up for a little fun at some of our happy hours and giveaways, which Jim can tell us a little bit more about.
Well, first of all, happy hour, it says kind of the whole thing, right? It's a time to end of the show to kind of relax and have a little bit of fun. You come to the lounge. I'll probably buy you a cocktail or a glass of wine or a beer, and we'll do some fun things. And one of the things that we do there is we do giveaways. If you look at the bottom picture there, you'll see all those items there that are lined up and stacked up. Well, they're all ready to give away, and they're absolutely free. All we ask is you bring a business card, you put it into a bin, and I think Cecilia might be helping me this year. I'm not sure if she'll be helping me, but we'll be pulling names and giving away free things, and I'll probably try to embarrass you if I can. So be ready for it. I have a lot of fun doing it, and I think most people do, because it seems like every year there's more and more people there. So again, it's from 4 to 5:30 on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the Coverings Lounge, and just come and enjoy. And again, meet people, meet other people. There'll be a lot of people there, and it'll be very enjoyable.
Worth noting too, so Thursday's happy hour will be a special ice house themed happy hour. What is an ice house, you may ask? I'm going to tell you about it right now. This is something new that we're doing at Coverings this year within the lounge, which we're really excited about. Attendees will be able to experience what the home of the future looks like through the Ice House Show Home experience that will be presented by famed interior designer Jennifer Farrell. There's no way to describe it other than it's just phenomenal, so forward-looking, futuristic, and so inspirational for future projects as well. So again, really a chance to get inspired and motivated for your next project in a more relaxed setting. There will be tile and stone displays in the space that reflect the tile and stone products that will be used in the actual ice house that Jennifer is building. And Jennifer will present during little walk and talks that she'll be doing from 1 to 1:30 on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday within the Coverings Lounge. As of now, no sign up required for those, but just plan to be in the Coverings Lounge during this time to get a glimpse of what Jennifer is working on and get your next inspiration.
Definitely show up for this. This will be very exciting. She's got Jennifer's quite a great speaker and presenter, and this is a very, very cool thing that's actually happening in France, and the first ice house. So very exciting.
Like a trip to France on the Coverings show floor.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's such a wonderful testament to the the longevity of tile, how she's showing the future, and we all know tile goes back thousands of years, and what she's really showing is how tile is going to have a wonderful place in the future, a future home of construction as well.
Another opportunity I want to touch on briefly taking place at Coverings this year is within our Galvanized Lounge. So this is a curated lounge that really celebrates the inclusivity of the industry, encourages community building, And it's just another kind of informal place for people to unwind, relax, make connections, mentor, find a mentor, whatever it is that you're looking to get out of coverings. I think the Galvanized Lounge is a good place to find it. It is an inclusive space. So for its inception last year, it was referred to as our women's lounge, but important to note that it is inclusive. If you're a woman, if you're a man, whoever you are, this is a space for you to meet some really awesome groups within the industry, including women in tile.
Great.
Moving on, I want to tell you all a little bit about the Artisan Showcase at Coverings. For those of you who have attended in the past, you may be familiar with some of the cool demos that you see on the show floor of skilled artisans that are really putting together these like intricate, can't say that word, intricate tile, handmade on the spot, as you can see in the image on my screen here. But there will also be an opportunity to create your own custom mosaic tile using products from some of these coverings exhibitors. And you will also be able to see a showcase of some of the concept boards that these artisans are working on within this space on the covering show floor. So a very cool way of bringing together, I think, the history of tile with the present and kind of looking at our roots.
That's great.
I'll turn it over to Bart to talk a little bit about our partners at CTF.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, the NTCA is one of the 5 association owners of coverings, along with the Ceramic Tile Distributors Association and our manufacturing partners from Tile Council of North America, Ceramics of Italy, and Tile of Spain. But the show is also highly supportive of the efforts of the Ceramic Tile Education Foundation. And, we're very, very getting closer to celebrating 2,000 certified installers. I think we're around 1,980. You're getting right around that number. So, we're going to have a lot of buzz here, hopefully, about what's going on at the CTEF. Brad Denny is our executive director there. We will have a booth there, and they are working and developing some training efforts. I don't know if we're going to be doing an actual certification test there, but they're putting together some live demos, and we definitely encourage our attendees to come to the NTCA booth, to go to the lounge, obviously go to all the live demonstration stages, but definitely find the CTEF booth and find out more about the Certified Tile Installer Program and other educational opportunities that CTF is offering.
All right, as far as show features go, we're almost at the end, but I would be remiss not to mention our awards opportunities at Coverings. Just some of the highlights of the show include our CID Awards and Rockstar Awards. The CID Awards, the Coverings Installation Design Awards, really celebrate the outstanding achievements of design and installation professionals in residential, commercial, all kinds of projects. So a really coveted award and an opportunity to celebrate some of the more exceptional projects in our space. This award presentation will take place on Wednesday, April 30th at the Destination Lounge in the South Concourse of the Orange County Convention Center. It'll take place from 4:30 to 5:30. And everyone is welcome to participate and cheer on lots of the wonderful folks that will be receiving this award. In addition to that, we will also be celebrating young talent and emerging leaders in our industry through our Rockstar Awards, which just celebrated 10 years in 2024. So I know there's probably some alumni on the call, maybe some future leaders as well. Excited to have everybody there. And once again, it's open to all. It'll take place in the Coverings Lounge on the Trends and Solutions stage from 4 to 5 on Tuesday, April 29th. So hope
Celia,
to see
so both of these programs are open to everybody, right? Both of these programs?
Yes.
And,
So
Yeah, from NTCA's perspective, we have definitely members of NTCA that are receiving recognition in the CID awards, outstanding residential and commercial installations, and certainly NTCA representation getting recognition in the Rockstar Awards, which has become just a really important component of this show. In fact, our own training manager, is it, Jim? I forget, but Matt Wellner was one of the first rock stars, was in one of the first rock star classes that we had. These are very important programs. Hope you attend these if you're at the show. Oh, Jim's muted.
Training department manager. There, I got it right.
Yeah, while he was on mute.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I couldn't have said it better, Bart. So many opportunities to celebrate NTCA talent and future talent as well through our awards programs. I'll now turn it over to you, Bart and team, to tell us a little bit about some of the highlights from NTCA that you can expect at coverings.
Yeah, well, we just touched on, maybe you can go to that. We just touched on how important it is to come to these awards programs and that. But Michelle Peak is the conference manager of coverings and has been the conference manager for 20 some year, or for at least I think almost the whole time I've been on the coverings board. She does an excellent job. So we put a lot of energy onto the stages on the show floors, but we also have just a truly outstanding conference program that's really geared towards all components of the tile industry. We're going to just talk about a few highlights that we think feature the tile installer or the tile contracting businesses, and why it's so important if you come to this show to attend educational programs like this. Our new deputy director of the NTCA, Jeremy Sachs, has put together truly an excellent panel. This is coming up on Tuesday, April 29th. That's opening day, right before the show opens. And we've had a lot of input over the years to get, that we really want to create an open dialogue with general contractors. And Jeremy has done an excellent job of putting some top tile contractors together with some leading general contractors, some of which have national exposure. So this is just one example of a session on fostering collaboration between general contractors and tile contractors. You can go to the next slide, Cecilia. I think we've got a couple more. I'm part of a panel that Kemp Harr of Floor Focus magazine is developing with me. We've got several participants. All of you kind of understand how the tile industry is changing, and what we're really looking at is consolidation. And this consolidation is happening, as we speak and live and work in the tile industry. It's happening at the manufacturing level. There's a lot of private equity that's come into our industry because it's a growing industry. It's happening at the distribution level. There's actually a lot of mergers and acquisitions. Some of that from private equity, some of it from just a large regional distribution partnering with other regional distribution in order to have more buying power and more strength. And it's happening at the labor level, at the installer level as well, in both commercial and residential. And we're going to have some panelists from all three of those facets of the tile industry, and we're going to talk about that and what that means. What are the pros and the cons and the challenges as companies get involved in consolidation? So we're excited about that. That's on Wednesday. Our own Assistant Executive Director of Marketing, Elena Grant, is going to do a session on the basics of marketing for your small business, with a lot of focus and emphasis on this the small tile installation or tile contracting business. There's just several more. I don't know, do I have more in my slides on this? Yeah, managing a family-owned business. We'll have both stone and tile family members talking about managing a family-owned business, and also on the stage, I believe the U.S. Tile Collaborative is going to be having a session on what's happening in Tennessee and how U.S. tile manufacturing is expanding into domestic manufacturing and production, and what's happening with this U.S. Tile Collaborative, which is where all of the factories and many other efforts are taking place. As an example, the Ceramic Tile Education Foundation has relocated from Clemson, South Carolina, and now is in the Nashville corridor where a lot of domestic manufacturing are. And so Jeremy Sachs of NTCA will be talking a little bit about our plans there as well, and Bill Greasy from the Tile Council of North America, as well as representatives from Nashville, Tennessee, Economic Development, and they'll be talking about that. Sticking on the conference a little bit, I just want to touch on a few highlighted sessions that I think might be interested to the people that are on our webinar right now. A really cool session with a couple of NTCA members, Nathan Parsons and Adam Christensen, talking about Gage porcelain tile panels, but more in a multifaceted design component, such as creating furniture and shelves and things like that with porcelain tile. We have a session on the economics of economic conditions of our industry as we get into April, and forecasting what that will look like moving into the rest of the year and into 2026. We have our own NTCA's Woody Sanders, our first vice president, will be on a panel talking about exterior installations, looking at 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter materials, along with exterior, outside, with pedestal systems, just a growing trend in the industry. And we've got an excellent session on using Gage porcelain tile panels and slabs in swimming pools that Bo Barnett, an NTCA member who does a lot of work with landscape architects and in Texas and all over the country, will be speaking about that. So those are just a few examples of some different sessions that we've got going on. I'll be moderating a session on case studies in Gage porcelain tile slab design and installation. Pretty cool new update to that, Cecilia. Steve Clem, who's the architect from TVS Design, will be speaking on 2 case studies. An NTCA member, Sean Gordy out of Atlanta, will participate with him, who actually was the installer of that particular project. But Steve is an internationally acclaimed architect who's done a lot of work in the Middle East and in India. He did a project in India that it's just so lavish, it's unbelievable. We're actually, I think we've just confirmed that the actual installer contractor from India is going to come and speak about that particular project. And it'll be interesting for NTCA members to see how a tile contractor from another country embraces the training and the aspects of Gage porcelain tile panel and slab installation. We have a lot of questions for him on that. And our own Leslie Godden is moderating a session on women tucking, the Sharrow's Journey. That's on Thursday as well. So these are just some highlights of what's happening in our conference program.
So much exciting stuff, but it's not over.
Okay, what else I got?
As well.
Yeah, now we're going to go to what we're doing on the stages, right? And we'll turn it over to Matt. Yeah.
After all of these panel discussions and Jim's happy hour that lasts an hour and a half, I might skip some of these demos and send some other people to do them. I don't know. It's been mentioned multiple times that there's going to be live demos on the stage, and this is just a snippet of what the NTCA will be doing on the stage. I do want to encourage everybody to go to the Coverings website to get a full list, and you can sort it. I was on the website this morning kind of looking at it, and you can sort it by stage, by category, and so you can find exactly what it is you're looking for. But these are the 7 demos that the NTCA trainers will be presenting at Coverings this year. And the benefit that we have as NTCA trainers is we travel the country. We're doing over 300 training events throughout the year. And plus we get just a ton of emails that come in with our member benefit, our technical hotline. And so I feel like when we were kind of picking these demos right here, we have kind of a leg up on what what the questions are within the United States, within the tile industry. What are people asking? What is new? Where are the challenges? And that's why these demos were picked. And so, for instance, foam board, it's been around a while, but this is the first year that 2025, there's now foam board included in TCNA methods. And so we're going to be talking about that. The half by half trowel, is that the go-to trowel still today with the size and the shape of tile changing year after year? And so there's a lot of questions around what is the best tool that will help me get coverage. And so we're going to talk about it, and I'm not going to tell you that this is the best trowel, but hopefully, we're going to show you. And so really excited about what myself and the training team is preparing for coverings, and looking forward to seeing everybody there. The next slide is just a quick preview of just when you will find the NTCA training team on the installation stage at coverings. And again, this information can be found on the coverings website.
Yeah, I think that's great, Matt. I think these are great topics. I think zero entry showers, you're in the Florida market. I think that's an important topic for the Florida market for sure, which we understand that we have installers from all over the country, and zero entry showers fits all of that, but absolutely an important issue down in Florida. And I think you're also talking about a really important topic that's going to segue to one of the topics we're working on in our technical committee, which is handmade tile, the growing trend in handmade tile, and and how that all fits into installation and product standards as well.
It is. We get questions all the time, and does this product meet an industry standard? Handmade tile, does it meet an industry standard? Do I need to seal it? What size grout joints do I use? How do I lay it out properly? These are all the questions that we're gonna install some before the show starts and talk about how to grout them properly. Do I need a sealer? Do I need a grout release? How to lay it out properly, and we'll actually install some handmade tile live on the stage as well, and go through all of those steps as much as we can, within our time allowed on the stage. But then myself and the trainers will also be hanging out at the NTCA booth. And so if we don't answer your question live on the stage, we'd love to meet you in the NTCA booth and chat with you throughout the show.
What else we got, Cecilia? Oh yeah, and I think this is important too for those those who maybe have not come to our show. When Cecilia was mentioning, for all one registration, all this activity that you can participate on during show hours. But one of the other things we do if you come find us is there's a lot of events that take place at night, hosted by sponsors, and really, if you network and meet some people, you're probably going to get an invitation to these parties, to these events. And there's a lot of opportunities to network. There's a lot of free food, a lot of free cocktails, and NTCA and the Tile Council of North America puts on an awards reception, usually the last night of the show. So this is on the Thursday, May 1st, the last night before our final day on Friday. And you're all invited. It's 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. It's free. We present. We have cocktails. We have food. And then we put on several different awards, 5-star projects of the year, and some very prestigious awards. And we invite all of you to this as well. And then that segues off to if you do, a lot of people love to come to these technical type meetings, and they're free, they're open to everyone, not only free but open to all. They're not closed meetings. The Tile Council of North America oversees the American National Standards for the installation of tile document, and their ANSI meeting, it's called ANSI, is Monday, the day before the show. So if you came in on Sunday night, you're more than welcome to attend, get your bearings at the show at the convention center. It's a big area, and come and attend these technical meetings. You could get a lot of value out of this. ANSI's taking place Monday morning, and then the NTCA puts on our technical committee meeting, which is responsible for the documents in the NTCA reference manual. Just a couple of examples of what we're working on in the technical committee is just funny, Matt. We're working on a document related to a review letter on non-conforming tile or tile that does not meet industry standards, because what happens sometimes with some of the handmade tile, the term zellage is popular for people right now, is that sometimes people want to hold the tile installer accountable to meeting industry installation standards that were developed for other products, but not necessarily these tiles, not these handmade tiles or zellage tiles. So we're working on a letter that kind of explains that for our members through the NTCA reference manual. Just an example. So go to Matt's demo and or come to our technical committee meeting and learn more about this topic, because you're probably having to install these products right now and may not understand all that's going on behind the scenes on that. We're also working on plank tile and talking more about installations of plank tiles, and we're still finalizing documents on balcony installations, and developing some shower flood testing documents as well. Just some examples of what we're doing in the technical committee. So Cecilia, they're invited to all of this, but I you know, if you're going to get them there from Sunday to Sunday, then they could attend all of this, or maybe they'll go to Disney on the weekend, right?
To take a little break to explore some of the rides, or just go to all of our happy hours. I mean, as you said, Bart, everything is included with your registration. And as a special bonus to those of you who held on with us for the past 45 minutes, I'm going to share a code with you all that will grant you free registration for coverings. Coverings at the moment, if you go onto our website, registration is $49. That'll increase to $99 on site. So regardless, you definitely want to take advantage and register online now. But if you use code NTCA, like the organization NTCA, you will get free registration to coverings. So keep that in mind, get yourself registered, come hang out with all of us.
That's great.
Hey, can I jump in here real quick? All of you that are going to come on our tours, I do want to make sure that, you know, one of our attendees that has been on the tours wanted to make sure, you know, there are also giveaways on almost every booth. You're going to get swag from everyone we stop at and see, whether it's hats or tools or different things. So they're fun, but they're also beneficial in regards to just bringing home some swag bags.
They won't go home empty-handed. That's for sure.
Exactly. So just to let you know, everybody, this was really informational. And if you have a question, would you please type it in right now in your questions area, because we have no questions, which means we did a great job. So Cecilia, Matt, and Bart, fantastic job. I guess I'm just going to say to everyone here in attendance, please come up and say hi. If you're at Coverings, come and see us at the NTCA booth. Stop me on a tour and say you want to get on the tour, and I'll say, well, go sign up for the next one, and away we go. But please, you guys, be there, enjoy it. It's so well worth it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you all. And the next webinar will be in March 20th. So look for your invite to come soon. And thank you, Bart. Thank you, Matt, Cecilia. This was a great presentation. I appreciate it. We're going to go now, though.
Thanks for having
Bye,
us.
everyone.
Guys.
Everybody.